I'm not one to be known for the bottle, but the bottle seems to know me. I'm never going to be known as a saint, but I'll never be known as a sinner. I walk this lonely world wondering why it is I who have been cast away. I don't know if this makes sense to you, and I'm still trying to find my own place. If I speak these spoken words, maybe it'll work, but I cannot sing for the life of me. I must keep these headphones on, and I will sing you my song. Once upon a rainy night, I was caught in the dark with very much fright. Along the path before me stood a tall, shadowed man. When I reached to the foot of his cloak, he stood about 10 feet tall, and as thick as a tree. For I do not believe it was a man I walked upon. It may have been a tree into the side of my decree. It must have been from those magical mushrooms that I wandered upon. Along the adventure back in 1663, it was me, the wandering minstrel, on my way to see King Richard III. Now he was a great king who covered all the land. But I tell you, if you try to cross this well-known man, not even God or the devil could stay his hand. With the sword he drawn from his scabbard, the jester before me lost his hand. And it became known that I travel as a one-man band. I have friends who come to shovel when things get out of hand. I found some spice in my life. I found some sweet and some sour. Some of something. I'm doing this for sharks and gaddles, but he who stands before and cackles will meet his fate behind this old tavern. 'Cause I'm making an honest profit, and he spends his on wine and personal matters. His wife's at home worrying while he's away slurring. To find him woke up in a ditch with his face for wear and nose in a stitch. If he spoke his mind in a delicate manner of time, maybe he'd walk away from this. But on that fateful night, the minstrel had his final fight, and among the victors he stood. Upon the morrow of the next day, he would find at home his sweet was slain. Let me go backwards and explain a little bit. While the minstrel was wandering, the final night the minstrel went back to his home, and the worry of his psychic mind was shown, as it seemed that beautiful wife of his was slain. The king's men left their prophet, and it was strewn out in a blaze. For they have all the wealth they will ever need. There was none taken in greed, but the minstrel's whole life was in flames. And upon the green trail the minstrel set out to find the road lights among this rainy hollow. The minstrel opened his mind, and that's where the story follows. This path along the trail to where we met the tall man with a pet squirrel. For the squirrel represents the mind, and the trees represent time. As above, so below, the trees mirror underground. For at night when your shadow's nowhere to be found, it is when the rest of them can be found. Yet another story from the wandering minstrel and his band of sand from the hourglass of time. One last time I shall tell you before you